This is No Bones About Wrestling. This is very special, near and dear to our hearts. It's time. The time has finally come. The spooky season is here. The sun is barely visible outside. There are some dead leaves on the ground. I see them from here. The spooky season is here. It's time for a watch along of WCW Halloween Havoc. Yay!
Yay!
So we're starting. We're going to do several of these, unless this goes terribly wrong. We're going to do several of these, and we're going to start with Halloween Havoc 1994. So we're going to get things ready, and we're going to wait a couple minutes and just kind of chit chat, and we're going to wait until about 4:40, I think. Wait until people have had a little time to get here, and then we'll press play and get started. But yeah, basically it's just a watch along. It's me. I'm Asa from No Bones About Wrestling. Below is Kay from No Bones About Wrestling. She is Tony Storm, a brunette Tony Storm with the shoe throwing. I am Coach Ted Lasso. And to my right here is Dylan from Last Week in Wrestling. And he
The whistle killed me. The whistle got me. That was it. That's all I needed.
He is a clean-shaven Mick Foley.
Clean-shaven Mick Foley.
Young man Mick Foley.
Or you can call me CM Punk. Whichever one I look a little bit more like, it is what it is. But
or we can call you what?
You can call me CM Punk, I guess. A little because of more the clean-shaven aspect or something. I know I tried to find a wig. I tried to find a beard, but I can't grow facial hair, so that was out naturally. Tried finding a beard, but I couldn't find one. So unfortunately, you got me kind of looking a little more professional than anything. I got a tie on, so I kind of am like Foley with Mankind mixed in
Job
some aspect.
Interview Mick Foley is
Job
the,
interview
is the
Mick
action
Foley.
figure.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. I like that one a lot better. Job interview Mick Foley.
But yeah, folks, so this is one of my favorite pay-per-views. Honestly, besides WrestleMania and Starrcade, Halloween Havoc was always it for me. I don't know if you're as old as me, but it used to happen where we would get sent a pay-per-view schedule in the mail every month. Where I lived, we had cable. We grew up, middle class, was lucky enough, and we got cable, and we got mailed every month a pay-per-view schedule with all the movies and all the events and all this shit that was going to be on pay-per-view. And so for the entire month of October, there was always an ad for Halloween Havoc with like a spider about to attack Sting, or like a scorpion, on Big Van Vader's head or some shit like that. And all month, every October, I would always just stare at I never got to order it because, it was like $30 fucking, and my parents weren't going to spend that on it. But I never got to order Halloween Havoc when I was a kid until I got a job and could pay for it myself. But I would always stare at those pay-per-view ads all month and just imagine the spectacle full of wrestling and horror, two of my favorite things mixed together that was going to happen. And so ever since, it's been one of my favorite shows. And I've gone back since then and have seen them all, obviously, to fill in that void that I missed in my childhood. And I can safely say it's aside from WrestleMania, my favorite pay-per-view. And we have one victim now. We have one. So yeah, we're waiting until just around 4:40 and waiting for people to file in, and going to press play then. And of course, after the fact, if you're watching this on a day that's not September 9th, then you can just press play whenever we get there. But so let me ask Dylan, you've never seen this show, right?
I've never watched Halloween Havoc.
You've never seen any Halloween Havoc?
No, I haven't. No, I have not. I was a big WWF fan before I kind of migrated over to WCW and a lot of the other promotions that wrestling is very fortunate enough to give us and everything. So I've heard of it. I have seen and heard many great and crazy moments that have happened in Halloween Havocs. starting back from '89 all the way to recent Halloween Havocs now in the NXT. So I'm honestly, this is more exciting for me to be popping the cherry, I guess you could say, of the Halloween Havoc pay-per-views right here. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to do it with you guys. I'm a big fan of you guys as well. This is very exciting. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's a good one to start with. It's not the best Halloween Havoc. We're not going to start with the best. That's ridiculous. But it's a good one. It's a good one. The main event is WCW World Champion Hulk Hogan. This is the year that Hulk Hogan switched from WWF to WCW. He came in July and beat Ric Flair for the belt. And now here in October, he's defending the belt against Flair. And they're in a steel cage match. The loser of the match must retire, and the special guest referee is Mr. T. Now, if that's not a fucking main event in any city, in any place, at any time, I don't know what is. Steel cage, loser retires, Mr. T is the ref. What? Hogan versus Flair, the two biggest wrestlers in the history of the United States? Are you fucking kidding me? They're pretty much still in their prime too. This is '94, so they're not like ancient. They're just a little past their prime, just a little bit. So it's pretty good match.
You know what's really funny about this Halloween Havoc is this is the year I was born.
Oh yeah.
So this is the year that I was born. So this Halloween Havoc happened while I was coming into the world, which is very interesting to be watching something that was happening while I was being produced here into planet Earth. And it's wild to say that, but I'm excited. And Mr. T is a special guest, like you were saying. I mean, I don't know what kind of pay-per-view isn't a main event if that's not a main event right there. Yeah. Honestly, it's almost kind of reminds me of what we saw recently with Cena as a special guest referee against The Miz and LA Knight. So that's very interesting.
Mr. T gets a little more involved than Cena did, but I won't say too much more. So we're about 2.5 minutes, and we're gonna start here. So if you're in the lobby, if you're watching us, get your Peacock ready. That sounds dirty. Get your Peacock subscription ready. WCW Halloween Havoc 1994 is what we're watching, starting in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds from right now. We're going to press start. So we got 8 matches on it. It's a good show. 7 of them, well, I'd say, 7 of them pretty decent matches. One is but it's the shortest match on the show, fortunately, is the shitty one. So that's fine. You can't win them all.
You can't win them all.
Oh, 1 second. How do I let you in?
Just press the toggle on the.
There you go.
There you are.
I don't have to do it for everyone, right? No.
Well, everyone that comes in on the side, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the guests that'll be watching with us, no, but the people that are joining the live stream like we 3 are, then yes. Yeah.
So, Kay, this is you've seen Halloween Havocs with me?
Yeah.
What are you expecting out of this show?
Well, I don't think I've seen this one. So actually the match I'm most looking forward to is the Nasty Boys match.
The Nasty Boys. You're a Nasty Boys fan.
I'm a huge Nasty Boys fan, and I had them on Halloween. Seems like a perfect mix.
It is. Yeah, the Nasty Boys take on Terry Funk and Bunkhouse Buck in this one. And if you think it's funny now, well, if you think Bunkhouse Buck is funny now, wait until you got Terry Funk and Bunkhouse Buck in the same match, and the announcers are trying not to say the word fuck. They're talking about Funk and Buck and Bunkhouse, and trying not to say fuck and Fuckhouse and Buck and Bunk. It's Funk all over the place. They got you can hear them. They're really watching what they're saying.
I'm also excited to see technical wrestler.
So we got Steve Austin here before he was Stone Cold. So we're starting in 20 seconds here, and we're going to have a countdown from 5. WCW Halloween Havoc 1994. 10 seconds.
He's staring at the time. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Halloween Havoc.
That's
All
got
right, I have started it.
I think it lasts long for this.
Look at these two.
The witch going across the moon there. I love it. There's Muhammad Ali in the front row.
Where are their costumes?
Yeah, a lot of times the announcers would wear costumes, but they didn't this year for some reason.
Oh, that's the one that's over there.
And the others will watch that. You'll see the announcers wear costumes a lot of times. That's okay. We have costumes.
That's true.
That's great that that's Tony Schiavone.
Oh yeah,
That's so funny that that's Tony Schiavone.
One
He
of the
looks
Halloween
different, doesn't he?
Havocs, he dresses
Yeah, he just is missing the beard.
He's got a good mullet going on.
Bobby the Brain.
Bobby the Brain. Yeah, Bobby the Brain there in the middle. One of my favorite wrestling personalities of all time. He's such a funny announcer and such a good manager.
He's one of my favorite announcers, for sure. So is he managing Flair?
No, he's just announcing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just announcing. So that's not a gimmick. I think Heenan actually did have neck surgery.
It looks much better than Roderick Strong's neck brace.
Well, that's because this is real. Yeah. I believe it is.
Phone number is no longer active, folks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no Sting on this show. I don't know why. I didn't call the hotline to find out. No Sting. Kind of weird. He was on every WCW show.
Was he doing a movie or something?
I don't know. I didn't call the hotline. I don't know.
I can call the hotline.
Is there a way for you to make it so we can see the chat since we don't have a computer?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. He's the guy that's singing the. Some dude.
Alright.
Some dude.
Also not in costume. When did they stop singing the national anthem before pay-per-view?
WCW.
Sean, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
I'm glad they stopped doing it. It's a long song. Dylan, once your mouth's not full, you gotta tell me what you're snacking on.
Huh? Oh, yeah, chips from Chipotle. I got Chipotle.
All right, let's watch some fucking wrestling.
They got fireworks. Or a firework. No, multiple
There you go.
fireworks.
There's some fireworks. Got a world television title match here. Here comes the Honky Tonk Man.
His record was most recently destroyed, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to hear his theme here.
Wow, he looks the same.
Doesn't he? He does not age. Oh, the ghost comes along with the Honky Tonk Man. So, yeah, Honky Tonk Man, his Intercontinental title reign record was just beaten the other day by Gunther in the WWE.
How about it was today?
I think it was Friday or.
Today.
Oh,
Today.
it was today. No, it was today. It's today.
Today.
Yeah. Wow, what a coincidence. His record was just beaten today.
Can we talk
Yep.
about
At the end of today, he will be officially the longest reigning IC champion since the Honky Tonk Man.
Here comes Johnny B. Bad, whose gimmick is that he looks like Little Richard, and I believe he has fake vampire teeth in,
Oh, look at it.
and he has a spider web cape,
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
and he's got firework bad blasters. Always the showman. Always the showman, Johnny B. Bad.
His vampire teeth look really uncomfortable.
Yeah. So the television title matches, the time limit is 10 minutes. So they like to keep them short for TV.
I would love to have that robe that Johnny B. Bad has.
Right? It's pretty sweet. Somebody lovingly crafted that "Have a Bad Day" robe.
Yeah.
And here's the Bad Blaster.
Didn't he blind someone? Like fake blind someone with the bad blaster?
He did at one point, a year prior to this, he fake blinded Max Payne by shooting the Bad Blaster off right in his face.
Is that the incident that led to the blind?
There we go.
Blind match? Or was
No, that was in WWF.
Okay.
Yeah. People love the Bad Blaster.
I love bad blaster.
Honky Tonk Man doesn't know what to make of it all.
It's like an Elvis Fred Flintstone. Double bad blaster.
You're trying to figure out how to put the chat on the screen?
No, I'm doing it a different way. I'm just opening it on the laptop here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny B. Bad reminds me of Freddie Mercury if Freddie Mercury decided to become a wrestler instead of the lead singer of Queen.
I can see that.
He's got the same fashion sense. Excellent
Yeah.
style. Yeah. And the same sweet mustache. I'm not surprised that the WWE wanted Honky Tonk record erased from history since most people abbreviate his name to just Honky.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the Honky Tonk Man.
That's about as athletic as the Honky Tonk Man gets right there, what we just saw.
Oh, he's messing up his hair.
There we go.
Oh, he's messing up the hair.
There we go.
Oh, your boy.
There's Sting. There he is.
Oh, that's why he wasn't on the show, because he was on the phone line.
Sucks. You call the hotline to find out why Sting's not on the show, and it's just because he's on the
He
hotline.
answers the phone. That'd be pretty exciting. Hi, this is Sting. I'm glad to answer the call.
Tell you, I appreciate Johnny B. Bad's cobweb motif with the tights and the knee pads and the cape.
Yeah.
He's almost the shoe-in for outfit of the night.
Yeah, you're giving an outfit of the
I'm
night.
giving it, yes.
Okay.
And then I'm giving an overall thematic costume rating to the show.
Okay.
Fun rating.
All right.
I like that. I like that.
I think we could also rate the set.
Rate the set.
Yeah.
It's an okay set. It's not their best and not their worst.
Well, I need them to show it more quickly.
They have gravestones with sometimes they'll put real people, sometimes they put funny names on them. They do different things in different years.
I like the mausoleum arch
Mhm.
to the entryway. Well, I guess it's on the side of the entryway. The entryway's in the middle.
Yeah.
Haven't seen any punk yet. Gonna be some point deduction for that.
I think there are some later. I think some come in later. Pretty packed there in Detroit.
Yeah.
Hogan versus Flair, that'll sell some fucking tickets, man.
Heartbreak Hotel is tapped on his ass.
I like Honky.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good heel.
Why is Mo coming later? Is he just watching?
I think just because they wanted a celebrity to be there, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's just watching, yeah.
Oh, okay. The way the note is placed, it almost looks like Heartbreak Hotel 2.
You can see that disease is starting to eat away at him.
Yeah, poor guy. I feel that's terrible. I mean, talk about people who don't deserve what happened to them. Muhammad Ali, a true American hero, a man who rose to the top of the boxing world, you know, flew by his wits and his fists, and then rather than go to Vietnam against his beliefs, went to fucking prison and lost his belts rather than go against his beliefs, came back out of prison, won the world heavyweight title again. That's a fucking hero. And talk about somebody who doesn't deserve what happened to them. Muhammad Ali, man.
He wouldn't put up his fucking arms. Did you watch? You ever watch any of his fights? He would never, ever, ever, ever block his head because they didn't. I guess he never thought he could reach. That people could reach him, but they would just whoop his ass by hitting him in the head.
Yeah, I guess he didn't think he was taking too much damage, but
yeah.
Well, we didn't know what we know now about concussions then.
Yeah. Oof. I used to love boxing, but it's almost hard to watch now with everything we know about concussions.
The UFC is wild.
Yeah, I can't watch UFC, man. I hate to, I have to admit it. People will be like, "Oh, you're a pussy." I can't watch it. It's too. I don't know. It's too much for me, man.
I prefer my fighting predetermined and choreographed.
Yeah. I like football. Football's about as rough as I like a sport. Wrestling, if wrestling counts, but wrestling's not supposed to be rough. If pro wrestling gets rough, you fucked up. You fucked something up.
Almost hit him with the shake, rattle, and roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Johnny B. Well, speaking of boxers, Johnny B. Bad actually used to be a boxer before he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he has that body for it.
Mm. No, he's good, man. He gets dissed a lot. Johnny B. Bad, Mark Merrow, but he's good. I always enjoyed him. He's no like technical wizard, you know. He's not, you know, he's no Bryan Danielson or anything, but he's
Right.
a fun wrestler. I like him.
They got 3 minutes. 3 minutes left.
Yeah, this one for the TV title. If you're just tuned in, Johnny B. Bad's world television title. It's a 10-minute time limit they deal with here. They like to keep the matches short for TV, hence the name TV title, which I always used to like. It made for fast-paced matches, unless the Honky Tonk Man was in it.
Like loincloth superintendent got going on.
Mhm.
That really went out of fashion. So you used to see that kind of a lot, like a decorative flax on the front and back
Mhm.
of wrestler trunks.
Well, Buddy Matthews wore that type of a little longer, but he wore that type of thing in WWE.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Buddy Matthews when he was Buddy Murphy.
Murphy, yeah. Huh, I don't remember that. I thought he just wore the torn shorts like he does now.
No, it was. I swear he had something like that on the front.
Yeah.
The kiss that don't miss. He's getting ready.
That is finisher?
Yeah.
Does he sing at any point? Either of them, but doesn't have kind of musical gimmick.
Honky does. Johnny B. Bad does not sing. You gotta speak up.
Right?
Yep. We got us a draw.
What an exciting way to start your pay-per-view.
Yeah, start your pay-per-view with a draw. Time limit draw.
Who doesn't want to start their pay-per-view with a booing?
So if you've just tuned in, we're just about 19 minutes and 10 seconds into the show. Halloween Havoc 94. I'm sure you can find your place. So yeah, we got a draw for the
Got a
World
draw,
Television
baby.
title.
Ah, shut up, Brian.
Who's Brian?
Bobby.
Oh.
Brian Brain. Close enough. I knew who he was talking about as soon as he said Brian.
Oh, I don't. So this is back in August of 94 here.
Yeah, I was just born in May. I was 3 months old at this time. Jesus. Jimmy Hart.
We just saw Jimmy Hart at where was he? Where were we? In Winston?
We're in Winston.
Yeah, here in Winston-Salem at an independent show last month.
Or no, it wasn't Winston.
No, it was Louisville,
Yeah.
Louisville, North Carolina. He came out and he sung a little. He sang for like 10 seconds for us. But yeah, somebody came out and did a sneak job to Hulk Hogan's knee. And then Hogan was in the main event against Flair. Valiantly showed up to defend the belt.
Was this before or after the Nancy Kerrigan incident?
This is after they
Yeah,
copied.
copied
Yeah, they
it.
copied the Nancy Kerrigan figure skating attack.
We need to get managers in some Airbrush suits like that with their wrestler face on the back. That's pretty sweet.
I agree.
Oh, this is when I identified him by his mustache.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I knew who that was based on his mustache. Isn't that impressive?
Who is it?
It's Rick Rude. You can see the Rick Rude stash.
No, that's you're thinking of something
Oh,
different,
never mind. It's a
babe.
different mouse man thing. Never mind.
Something
Not
totally
Rick Rude.
different.
Not Rick Rude. I lied to you. Not impressive.
That was Halloween Havoc, but not this.
There are multiple Halloween Havoc masked man angles.
Yes.
Look at Ric Flair. He's losing his shit.
We became obsessed with getting his belt back from Hogan.
It's directly Michael Jordan's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a restaurant. Jordan used to have a restaurant in Chicago. That's it.
There's Mr. T.
Yep.
Michael Jordan's restaurant. What the hell are you doing?
I'm combing my mustache. Gotta look nice for the nice people, you know?
Oh, Ripley likes that.
You like it?
You have a look
Yeah, you can't do that. So, Dylan, do you know who wins the main event?
I think I do. But I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah,
All right.
don't ruin it because I don't.
Don't
know.
ruin it then.
Oh, here we got some up close Greystone. We got an RIP.
Paul Roma there on the left from your neck of the
From
woods.
Four Horsemen, right?
Do you know a lot of these guys, Dylan? Some of these guys, like, you don't go back and watch old WCW a lot, right?
Not a lot, once in a while, but I didn't know Roman was in my neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, he's from New York. I mean, not Long Island, I don't think, but New York.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday when we were watching Rampage. What's up with all the wrestlers from Long Island? There's like
Listen,
W.
the talent comes from the best island.
It's
all right.
Impressive.
Look at MJF. Enough said.
Is that their normal costume or is that Halloween?
We got the best comedian,
decorated?
Jerry Seinfeld. We got the best singer, piano player.
Jerry
Billy
Seinfeld
Joel.
from Long Island?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Billy Joel, yeah.
No. But now he's not a Long Islander anymore because he sold his Long Island home. So fuck Billy Joel.
Stars and Stripes, I loved them when I was a kid.
Who's the mask guy?
So the masked guy is the Patriot. A guy, I always wondered who he was when I was a kid. You know, who's the Patriot? I thought he was somebody else. When he's nobody else you know. He's a guy named Del Wilkes. That's it. He's not. You just know him from being the Patriot. He's not known for any other angle. But he's good, the Patriot.
No.
And Paul Orndorff in the ring there for pretty wonderful. He main evented WrestleMania 1. He was in the main event. It was Hogan and Mr. T versus Orndorff and Piper.
Right. That I knew.
And Orndorff was one of the, when WCW started picking up older guys, Orndorff came along. Orndorff, Hogan, Earthquake, Nasty Boys. Hogan brought a bunch of his buddies with him. Randy Savage eventually.
But isn't it true that Randy Savage wasn't going to go to WCW, and the only reason why he went was because Vince didn't want to pay him a couple dollars more?
Well, Vince had stopped Savage from active wrestling. Like, he would only let Savage wrestle a couple times a year. He told Savage he was too old. And this is in he had him on commentary, yeah. And this is in I
remember the old Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and that's in 93. He told him he was too old. And then, of course, Savage goes to WCW and has a career for 6 more years after that. So he showed his ass.
Yeah, Savage didn't look bad.
No, he was
still could do it.
Yeah, physically he was there until about 99. He started to kind of degrade a little, started to get injured more and not go as much. But I mean, for at least 5 years, he was still performing very well, I thought, in WCW.
My first introduction to Macho Man Randy Savage is a funny one. It's from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie when he's in there in the cell, and he's like, "I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime."
What's his name in that? It's like
Bone Crusher. Bone Saw.
Bone Crusher?
Bone Saw.
Spider-Man.
2002 Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. It was
You're going nowhere.
Yeah, Paul Roma in the ring there in the red is infamous. He's commonly known as the worst of the Four Horsemen. So he was, he was a Four Horseman for about a little less than a year, but he's pretty commonly known as the worst Four Horseman ever.
Why is that?
Just his wrestling ability, and people say he has no charisma. And he never got any time on the mic, so if he had any charisma, he never got a chance to really display it. I mean, he's okay in the ring. He's not like garbage.
He's not selling well, I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, the selling was never his thing. Yeah,
he's not.
He's not great. He's not great, but he's not.
He's not terrible.
He's not the worst. Yeah, right. He's not terrible, but he's not great. Yeah, but the Horsemen, you think greatness? That's the thing. I mean, usually it was Ric Flair, Sid Vicious, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Ole Anderson.
Oh yeah,
people like this. Sting. Sting was a Horseman.
Yes, he was. It's such a weird angle.
Very briefly. He fell for their trick because he's in dumb baby face.
Both Sidewall's going to be at WrestleCade this year.
Oh yeah.
And Surfer Sting, not the Sting that we know him to be with the black and white paint.
Right. Yeah, this was still blonde, flat top Surfer Sting.
I don't know how I saw Sting when I was a kid because I didn't watch wrestling, so I knew Randy Savage, Sergeant Slaughter, and Hulk Hogan from commercials and G.I. Joe. But when I like my whole life. When I picture a wrestler, when someone's talking about a professional wrestler, I picture Surfer Sting. I don't know where that came from. Isn't that weird? Because he didn't really do commercials, did he?
None that I can think of. He did commercials for like WCW video games.
I grew up in a neighborhood with like all boys, so all my friends growing up were boys. I wonder if one of them had an action figure.
Sure.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Sting was cool. He was always thought I was very cool.
Yeah.
He was WCW's most popular wrestler. Usually either him or Flair would trade it back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We had Marcus Alexander Bagwell in there, of course, eventually became Buff Bagwell. And has recently had some trouble with sobriety and the police, and it's unfortunate. And hopefully he can get his life together and get straight. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think he got arrested recently.
His mom was ill, wasn't she?
I think she passed away.
Passed away. Wonder if they're connected.
I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's had problems with sobriety, so hopefully stays or can get well and stay well. But I met him, Marcus Alexander Bagwell. I met him at an independent show once and talked to him for like 10 minutes. He's a nice guy. I mean, I bet I bought a DVD, so
He signed it.
he signed it. Yeah, and he was a nice guy. Nice to me.
So I made it colder in the house for you. Over your jacket. Let's make it a little warmer.
Bring me a Mountain Dew. Talk to him about his, mostly about his time in WCW. This was when I met him. It was in '01, just after the WCW invasion angle didn't work in WWE, and I asked him why he wasn't in WWE, and he didn't really want to talk about that. Which it wasn't any of my business, really. So
No, but
I can't
mean,
blame him.
yeah.
Just as a fan, I wanted to know, you know. I was like, what gives, man? I was like, you're young, you know, you're talented. I don't get why they didn't keep you. And he didn't want to talk about it. My understanding is he acted like a fucking asshole to everybody in the back. Because he thought he was going to be kind of picked to be a key guy, so he started acting
like a key guy.
Like a key guy, yeah.
We've had our fair share throughout the years and eras of wrestling where a lot of people thought that about themselves.
I feel like you have to be like so comfortable with the unknown as a professional wrestler. It's not like an actor where you get to read the script ahead of time. Like from week to week, you don't know what's going to go on with your character and that's your career. That has to be so stressful.
Well, if you're with a good company, they have long-term planning. I mean, if you're with a good company, you do know. You know months ahead of time.
Even for not like major players?
No.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like on the whole, because the majority of people in the wrestling company aren't the major players. You know,
right.
They're usually few and far between. And so
yeah.
To just like show up to work that day and like not know if you're going to have a match necessarily.
Jesus.
That's how AEW seems. From the All Access show, you know, like with Sammy, like he would show up and not know if he was going to have a match that night sometimes, you know? He'd be like waiting around to find out. Did that show get canceled?
No, they finished their episodes.
Oh, okay. They didn't do very many, or maybe I just missed some.
I think they did 6.
No,
So Dylan, what are you thinking about Stars and Stripes versus Pretty Wonderful? What are you feeling?
I mean, they're selling a lot better than the other two. I tell you that. Like, Pretty Wonderful is pretty bad. Mike Roma is very not interesting to watch. I can understand why he was excluded from the Four Horsemen. Yeah, pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty bland.
Very.
I hate to say, yeah.
Both Bagwell
Like his partner sells. His partner sells. His partner's very interesting.
Oh yeah,
but like
Paul Orndorff's a pro, man. He's a pro.
Yeah, but Mike is just
Paul. They're both Paul.
Oh, yeah. Paul number 2 is bad. It's bad.
And the fans used to get them mad. They would chant Paula. They would
I would probably chant Paula too.
They would call them Paula. Yeah.
Paula Roma. Yeah.
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 I'm surprised that the people in the audience aren't dressed in costume.
Yeah, you would think so. It was 8 days before Halloween, 94.
Well, like you go to a show called Halloween Havoc, you would think, especially the kids, like some of them have the Hogan headbands on, but I don't think they're dressed like
It's not 8 days before Halloween. This is August 21st.
No, this show.
Yeah, it's August 21st.
No, it's October 23rd.
Oh.
The August thing was that they were showing a clip.
Yeah, from Clash.
No, dude, this is October 23rd, 94.
Yeah, most people would not be into it if you did a Halloween thing in August.
Yeah.
Except for like us.
Yeah, I would be there.
I was 4 months old when this was happening. That's
so this
crazy.
was your first. This was Dylan's first Halloween.
Aww.
Stars and Stripes versus Pretty Wonderful.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad first Halloween, I tell you that.
So you prefer the TV title match to this one?
Yeah. That definitely had a lot more flair
I hear
to that than anything else.
It's a little slow.
I mean, the tag match is cool. Stars and Stripes was very good.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, they're good.
Paul's partner is selling better than Paulina over there. You know, it is rough to watch him.
Been in very much.
No, he's there for the hot tag.
Yeah.
Marcus Alexander Bagwell is there to suffer. The Patriot is there for the super hot tag.
That's like the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
And the Patriot is very talented.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm shocked they didn't. Now, my question to you is, because you would know this more than I would. Did they ever give him a singles run?
He got a singles run in the WWF. Actually, he went to WWF in the mid '90s.
Now, did he face the Blue Blazer?
No.
Was he?
That would have been interesting.
He is kind of reminiscent of the Blue Blazer, isn't he?
Was he
Yes.
Yes, he was masked. Yep.
Is he really?
But
is that why they kept the mask on?
Mm-hmm.
Blue Blazer, of course, being Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know and want to know a little history about Owen Hart at one point was called the Blue Blazer. Eat your vitamins, kids, and drink your milk.
And it looked very much like the Patriot, except everything was blue.
Blue. Yep. God rest Owen Hart's soul.
Yeah, that was
Great and absolute talent.
Yeah, one of the best, one of my favorites. That was terrible when that happened.
Him and his brother, him and Brett's match was very good.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very good match, especially when they were in the dungeon. They had the dungeon match with I think it was Owen Hart and Blackman, right?
Owen Hart and was it Blackman or Shamrock?
Maybe it was Shamrock.
All right, I missed the finish. What just happened?
Pretty Wonderful won the tag titles.
Pretty Wonderful won the tag.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bad. Pretty bad decision there.
They should have kept him on. They should have kept him on Stars and Stripes. Yeah.
But we know as we've watched as we've gotten older, we realize why they make these unfortunately foolish decisions. Hopefully fans will gravitate to Pretty Wonderful, even though Paulina is a bad seller.
Yeah.
And maybe, with the title now, he'll be a better seller. But a lot of the time, the people that don't sell and aren't really, a team player is because of the ego.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ego.
And that's really, And that's what hurt. That's what stints their growth and career is that ego. I tell you, it's a killer.
He's very muscular. Like he's almost like a horse where you can feel like the ripples in his muscles.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he was on the juice. I don't think I'm going out on a limb to guess.
No, I don't think so either. Oh, there he is.
Here we go.
Now, the girl looks so familiar. I know the name, but I can't say it.
Sensational.
Well, here she was sensuous Sherry. But
Sherry.
usually she was sensational Sherry.
Right. Sensational Sherry.
He spilt something on his feather.
You want to know something very interesting about Ric Flair's robe?
Right.
So one of his very famous robes was bought by a fan. And WWE does the treasure thing with Mick Foley and everybody. So they went to the guy's house to get one of Ric Flair's famous robes. I think it was that one, or maybe it was the gold one or a red one that he wore like a lot during his either WCW or WWE era. The guy wanted $20,000.
Reasonable.
It's
reasonable.
They didn't buy it. They wouldn't buy it. Foley was like, look, it's a little too hot. And Foley's a nice guy. So he's like, yeah, listen, I understand why you said the price, this, that, and the third. There's a lot of history, this, that, and the third. And he's like, what about 17 and change and, season tickets for every time they come to, this state or whatnot. And the guy goes, no, 20 grand.
Did Foley talk about that on his pod, or was that on the actual episode of?
An episode. No, this was a A&E episode. Yeah. It might have actually been more, to be very honest with you. I might be mistaken it. I could have been maybe 30 grand off. He wanted an exuberant amount of money. I'll put it to you that way. And when I heard it, I go, get the fuck out of here. You can keep the roll. I would have told him, you can keep the roll, buddy. Have a great day. Good for you that you got it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, man, it's crazy. Some of the items that they buy is nuts. Like they had one of the ones that I saw like a month ago was the Yokozuna.
Yeah, Yokozuna. I saw that.
Yeah, they had the robe that he wore for the Caesar's Palace WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 9.
Yeah, and got it. But the guy wanted a ridiculous number for it. I mean, ridiculous number. And I think it was either Top Dollar or it was Lita. I think it was in the episode. Maybe it was Foley. And they were like, well, what if we gave you such and such as well? Or maybe we trade with you for something else. And the guy took it. He took tickets to a show for a couple of shows and everything. And Rikishi was with him. So Rikishi was like, oh, come on. This is a family heirloom almost. Mm-hmm. Making the guy feel really bad about the damn thing. I would have looked him right in the face, Rikishi, and be like, you're going to have to give me that stink face because I tell you right now, you ain't getting it unless I'm getting that money, baby. That ain't happening, baby.
That's like Pawn Stars, but WWE stuff?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I haven't seen this show, but it sounds like something I would
it's on A&E, the channel A&E, and it's called WWE Treasures.
Do they put the old episodes on Peacock, or is it only on A&E?
I think it's only on A&E.
Okay.
But I tell you now, it is so worth it. Mm-hmm. The things that they find, like Kane's original mask, Undertaker a robe, the Rikishi, the Yokozuna, Flair robe. They had what was a really, really nice thing. The guy was really cool. It was Dominic Mysterio and Lita. And the guy had Eddie Guerrero's lowrider.
Wow.
And I forgot which version of the lowrider it was, but it was either when he was the U.S. champion or he was the undisputed champion in 06, 07. And Dominic was telling the guy, I remember when Eddie used to take me in this car and we would drive to McDonald's or just drive around in it and everything. Like, it brings back a lot of memories. So the guy was really kind, and he gave them what they were asking for. And then they also threw him like a whole bunch of like tickets and some other like cool stuff.
That's cool.
But he was like, look, the only way we're going to get this is Dominic to the guy. As long as, we'll buy it. As long as we're selling the dice with it too. Because he had the big 2 cube dice in the rear view mirror. And yeah.
So, are they opening a museum? Is that why they're collecting all this stuff?
Yeah. I guess, or they just keep it all in the warehouse. I don't know. I hope they open a museum. I would drive, because if it's in Connecticut, it's 2 hours. Like, that's not that big of a deal. It's a boat ride.
Yeah.
But I would 100% go at least once a year to go look at this.
Have like an actual like Hall of Fame wing where you like.
Yeah, kind of like how they do it in Yankee Stadium would be cool. Because like in the new Yankee Stadium, when they built it, my father and I went, and we went through the Hall of Fame thing, where we saw like all the pent up things of all the players, the old uniforms and stuff, and it's crazy. But
so who do we have here?
So this is probably the worst match on the show. Yeah, this is Dave Sullivan, whose gimmick is that he is a mentally deficient Hulk Hogan fan.
Yeah.
And then his brother, Kevin Sullivan, who is mean and is trying to bring him to his senses and tell him that Hulkamania doesn't mean anything and he shouldn't love Hogan and Hogan sucks and this and that and the other.
It's a great bathrobe.
Yeah.
It's a great bathrobe.
I wonder if the same person that made Jimmy Hart bracket made that robe. That looks like it.
I think so.
Look, he didn't even rip the shirt off correctly. The shirt's already pre-cut to be ripped.
Yeah. So. But yeah, this is the worst show. So if anyone needs to use the restroom or anything, this is the worst match of the show. I would...
Now that A&E Treasures thing, that's really cool.
I haven't seen it. I gotta check it out.
Oh, it's so worth it. They like Foley went with Noelle, his daughter, and they had in the warehouse the original cell that he was thrown off of.
Oh, I did see that. I saw a bit of that. I wonder when I saw that.
Probably either TikTok or Instagram or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I saw that. And he was like, "Oh, it's giving me chills" or something like that.
Yeah, he was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you gotta realize, like, that cell propelled him to, like, I mean, he was already a star as Mankind. But that one moment with The Undertaker propelled him to even bigger heights than he was before Cactus Jack gimmick was introduced to WWF and Dude Love.
Well, that's when people started bringing around like Foley is God signs.
Yeah.
After that shit. Like before they were like, yeah, I like Cactus Jack. He's awesome. And then after that it was like Foley is God.
Yeah. He is the one.
And I don't think he would have won the WWF title if it weren't for the Hell in a Cell, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was listening to because he's been doing a lot of the best of volumes because he's been doing a lot of like tours and stuff recently. So Conrad and him have been doing a lot of the episodes like Kabaya and stuff to put out volumes just as like weekly episodes until they can get back together again to record a new one. Mm-hmm. And they talked about that in length, actually, on the episode I was listening to today. And he was like, not for nothing, without The Undertaker, Mankind would have just probably sat in that dungeon and there would have been nothing for me. Like Vince didn't want him at all. Only JR was the only one rooting for him. It's like, oh, Vince, you got to see this guy. He's out of his mind over here on this indie scene. And he's like, all right, we'll bring him in. But we're putting him in a mask.
Yeah.
You want to show 'em?
Here are Kay made little jack-o'-lantern peppers, little stuffed peppers.
That is awesome. Those are awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Good
do a
for
themed.
you.
I'm gonna do a
That's
themed
really
snack
cool.
Ooh, they look good.
for
They
every
smell good too.
Halloween Havoc that we do. I'm gonna do a different spooky themed snack.
All right, I'm
That,
gonna eat
I like that.
every
I had
spooky
Chipotle
thing.
like a jerk off, a non-spooky food. You know, I just had regular food like a jerk off. You know, so
You could have
but
put
no, like,
Chipotle chips on your teeth and said you were a vampire.
I know. I'm going back to the Halloween store when we do another one of these.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get myself a different costume. I'm gonna maybe do something spooky the next time around.
Yeah.
But no, like JR was like, no, you should bring him in, bring him in. He's like, all right, I'll bring him in, but we're covering up his face. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's what you were told? Like you're gonna be covered up and shit? I don't think I wouldn't want to sign. And then he told JR, and he was like, this is going to be your problem if he fails. And I want you to feel how heartbroken you'll be when he fails in my
What are
company.
you talking about?
Mick Foley.
Vince McMahon about Mick
Jim
Foley.
Ross.
He didn't want to sign Mick Foley, Vince, at all. JR was the only one that kept hounding Vince McMahon. So when Vince finally said yes, he goes, all right, but we're covering up his face. And when he fails, it's on you. I want nothing to do with this man. And you will learn, you're going to feel what it feels like to have your heart broken by somebody you believe in.
Wow.
And I'm so happy Vince got to eat those fucking words, man.
Did we just get a count out?
Yep. Dave Sullivan won the match. He upset his brother Kevin, won by count out.
So we've had 3 matches. The first one was a time limit draw. The
First one was good. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first one was good.
First one was good, but I mean,
Yeah, the first one was
time limit
good.
draw. Not a big fan of that finish.
So it's uphill from here.
Yeah, because the second one was.
The last 2 matches were the worst 2 matches on the show.
Yeah, this one this is 0. This is
That was
straight,
nothing.
This is straight.
I can't remember what's next, but I know it's uphill from here. I know it is.
Yeah.
Impossible not to be uphill from here.
Yes.
You know that it was either Russo or Cornette that pitched Mick Foley, the 3 faces of Foley, and it wasn't Mick Foley.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So I
He
do
was
them all at
talking about
once, you
that.
mean?
Yeah, because he was like, why don't you do – because he had Mankind, because that was Vince Russo was the one that pitched to Mankind. And he goes, we're going to put this thing on you, and you're going to play with a rat in the dungeon or the basement of the stadium that we're going to be in.
Sounds like a Vince
And he was
Russo
like, all
idea.
right, yeah, like great idea. So that went over really well. Then I think Cornette pitched him Dude Love.
No, Dude Love Mick Foley made up when he was a kid on Long Island.
So then it was Cornette or it was Vince or a combo of both, where then when Dude Love was introduced by Foley, because he already had Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Cactus Jack was an ode to his father, which is really cool. And then when he brought in Dude Love and then he brought in Cactus Jack, it was either Vince or it was Cornette, or maybe both, that said you could do the 3 phases of Foley and the Royal Rumble.
That's cool.
And he was like,
cool.
so I'm going to get eliminated 3 times as 3 different one of my characters. Like, yeah, but it's genius, bro. It's genius. You know? So
yeah, this is next. Arn Anderson versus Dustin Rhodes. So
all right. Now
that's a big step up. Yeah. Big step up from Dave versus Kevin Sullivan.
Look at Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes.
Looks look at Dusty or Dustin?
Dustin,
yeah, Gold Dust.
Yeah. Still going.
Oh, when you told us what matches were on the card, I thought you were talking about Dusty Rhodes.
No, Dustin.
Dustin.
Yeah, Arn Anderson versus Dustin. That's when he turned on him. You don't like what?
I said I love Arn Anderson.
Oh, I thought you. Okay. That's Bunkhouse Buck in the white in there. That was him. There he is, holding his arm down. That's Bunkhouse Buck.
Is the Colonel their manager?
The Colonel is their manager.
They had what is up with not having managers now? I loved it.
I love managers.
I love them. They play such an important role in all the storylines. Like AEW has some, but like WWE doesn't have like any managers.
Yeah, I don't know. I love managers.
Well, they had Paul Heyman.
They got Heyman. Yeah.
They had Paul Bearer.
What?
Undertaker.
But now,
I'm talking about now.
Heyman.
Now,
That's it.
the best manager currently right now is Prince Nana.
Oh,
all right.
Oh yeah.
Prince Nana.
Yeah,
is 100% the best manager currently.
AEW has good managers. I'm just saying,
the best one running.
WWE has like two, right? MVP and
look, that's Terry Funk in the corner. Holy shit! And that's his brother, right? On the other side of him, that's Terry on the left, and that was his brother on the right.
I didn't see. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was Terry. That was Terry on the left. I know that. But I think on the right was his brother.
Who is that?
I'm not sure.
That's Ming, Colonel Parker and Ming.
Ooh, look at that good Halloween sign.
Yeah, this match ought to be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got this. We got Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Steve Austin.
That one I'm excited for.
We got the world title match. We got the Nasty Boys versus Funk and Buck. See how hard it is to do? And then one more that I'm forgetting.
What are those hands?
Flair and Hogan.
No, I named that one. That's the world title. There's one more.
He has assless
now,
chops on.
Asa, let me ask you a question here.
Yeah.
Dustin Rhodes, he's had a lot of gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of gimmicks. Would you say Goldust was probably the best one out of them all?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. I hated Goldust.
You hated Goldust?
I hated Goldust.
Which version of Goldust did you hate? Like the super gay one?
Early WWF Goldust.
He was a creep. He was like a rapey.
Blonde wig and come out with the girl. And he did, that shit. No.
He would, have crushes on the male performers. And
no.
Touch people when they didn't want to be touched in ways they didn't want to be touched. Yeah.
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
But when he let himself into the character, dressing up as The Rock, dressing up as Booker T, and talking and doing those funny gimmicks, I go, all right, I can fuck with Goldust. I can fuck with Goldust now. Because before, I had to call Chris Hansen. Now, I don't have to call Chris Hansen.
Well, it did a great feud came out of it, the Goldust and Roddy Piper feud.
Yes, a very good feud.
So some great feuds came out of it, but yeah, Goldust was such a creepy character, for a while there.
You know what's funny about Roddy Piper?
What?
Hulk Hogan was on a Joe Rogan podcast. I forgot when, but he was talking about how the business works in essence, and about like if you had United States title matches on the line too for this card. Yeah, that's right, Sean. All right, good shit, buddy. Hogan was talking about how sometimes it was easier to get Hogan to have the belt because he'd have a movie coming or something like that. So he wanted to promote the movie when he came back, give him the belt and stuff like that. But Piper would never, ever let Hogan win a match ever against him because he, in Hogan's eyes, he said that he was more of a wrestler than a businessman. And it's because of his background that Piper grew up on. So when they had a conversation one time in the locker room, Hogan goes over to him and he goes, look, Vince is telling me I'm going to win. I'm going to hit the leg drop, the pin, and that's that. And Piper looked at him. He said he laughed at him. And he said, it's not happening. And he goes, well, but Vince said, like, that's what's going to happen. Because, I don't care what Vince said. It's not happening. So then he had to go back to Vince and tell him, all right, Piper's not cool with me winning. So then he'd have to go back to Piper and go, all right, well, what if we did such and such, but Hogan wins? No, Hogan's not winning is the point I'm trying to make here, Hogan. You're not winning. And he's like, yeah, but you got to realize, like, this is a business. So, like, if I beat you, it only is going to make you look good for when it comes time to a title opportunity, because then I'm going to let you win to get a title if you need to either push something like a movie or a TV show or whatever, or if you just want to be a champion for a while. This is going to give you that heat, that thing that people are wanting out of us as superstars. Mm-hmm. And Piper's like, I don't care. You're not winning. That's it. Like, wow. Like, truly just a non-team member, Piper. Like, fuck him. No, you're not winning, buddy.
Piper was his own man. That's by all stories.
From Ireland, a fighter, a real street brawler. You fight, you win. If you lose in a fight, you lose. That was Piper's mentality in a sense. Yeah. And because of that, he brought that ego to the business. Hi, Ripley.
Oh, Ripley made her
debut on the
Ripley, everybody.
Wrestling pod.
Ripley is not in costume, but that's okay. She's a dog.
Oh, we got her Halloween shirt on. She has a Halloween shirt.
Now, do you guys have doggy costumes for Ripley?
We have one shirt.
Yeah, we just got it like last month or something.
If I knew we were going to be this broke, I wouldn't have spent money on a dog shirt. I tell you that much.
She loves it. No, actually, you can't tell if she likes it or not.
Yeah, I don't know. If
German, right? German Shepherd?
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't like pull at it, so I don't think she dislikes it, but I don't think she cares either. She's not like, ooh, my shirt.
Yeah. Pretty good girl. There we go. Dustin Rhodes and Double A.
Dustin's a real technical wrestler. He got that from his father.
Yeah, Dustin was always good. Won the U.S. title. Won the U.S. title. Never won the world title. Had chances at the world title. Never won a world title. And he's still going. I made a note that Dustin was the only one on the card that we're watching who is still going.
Yeah. I mean, Sting too, but yeah.
Well, he's not on the card. He's
right.
Not on the
no.
card.
But on the card, yeah. It's
good point. Yeah, Sting, he's there. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, Sting's just hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just hanging out in the Raptors of the buildings.
Like I said, it's weird he wasn't there. Wasn't on the card.
Whoa! Shit. That was a tumble.
It really was, man.
Shit.
That's just carpet over concrete.
Yeah, and that thin ass fucking mat.
Yeah.
That's like an old school gymnast mat. I used to, in my aunt's house, their daughters used to do gymnastics, and I tried to wrestle a few of them or whatever on that mat, and I took a bump. I was like, shit, this really hurts. Like, and mind you, like, it's carpet underneath, but underneath the carpet is concrete. So, you take a DDT or you take a slam, and that thin ass mat between the thin ass carpet to that thick ass concrete, that shit hurts. Dustin looks so much like his father, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so much like Dusty. Shit. Yep, under the rope, right in the throat. Beautiful recover.
And something to keep in mind at this point, it made me think of it when Dustin went over the ropes a minute ago. In WCW, if you got thrown over the ropes, if you threw, let me try and say it right. If you throw a wrestler over the ropes, it's a disqualification on you. If you throw someone over the top rope, you're disqualified.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, isn't that dumb?
What was the thinking behind that?
I don't know. Wrestler safety. I forget. I'm trying to think who made that rule. It might have been Bill Watts who made the rule, and it just stayed in effect, and nobody changed it. But yeah, that was WCW. You throw somebody, and I never heard any other wrestling company except
Never.
WCW. You throw somebody over the top rope, you're disqualified.
He's quick, Dustin.
Yeah, especially for how big he is.
Yeah, he's a tall boy.
Yeah. I mean, they call him 6'8", but I don't know if he's really that big, but he's like
6'7".
6'6". Yeah, 6'7", yeah.
Yeah. He's probably like 2 inches shorter than Shaq. Shaq is what, 6'8"? 6'9"?
What happened? We're all
There you
fine.
go.
There it is.
Are we?
Yeah.
No, now you're gone again.
I can't hear you. Asa exited the. Oh, you can't hear me either.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaq's what, 6'8"?
Dude, Shaq's like 7'1". I thought you were joking.
7'1"?
I thought you were fucking joking. Yeah, dude.
No, Shaq's
Yeah.
6'8".
Shaq is like 7'1", dude. Yeah. Dustin got him.
Wow,
That was a
7'1"
good
on the
match.
nose.
Yeah, 7'1",
Wow.
7'1", 7 feet. That was a good match. I told you it was uphill. And Colonel Parker in there.
6'6", Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin, okay.
Wow.
Taller than that.
He does look taller than that.
5 inches shorter than Shaq. That's crazy.
Yeah, I used to be able to tell you, man. When I was a kid, I could tell you any basketball player. If it was 1993, I could tell you their fucking height, what team they were on, their shooting percentage, all that shit.
I used to work at Universal Studios in Florida, and like in the city walk that you walk to get to the theme park, there was an NBA restaurant, and outside they had these like bronze basketballs, and like each one had a handprint of a different basketball player in it, and my entire hand fit in the palm of Shaq's hand.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
There's the Hulkster. There's the Hulkster, baby.
Well, let me tell you something here, brother.
And besides Jimmy Hart, who said
Jimmy Hart, and that's Brutus Beefcake.
Oh, okay. Didn't recognize him without the scissors.
Yeah, here he's known as Brother Brutus. Not Brutus Beefcake.
I liked the pasta gimmick that Hogan did.
The what gimmick?
The pasta gimmick? The Hogan pasta?
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
On the first ever WCW episode in Mall of America, you see Hulk Hogan in the cafeteria giving out or sponsoring or whatever Hogan pasta, and it has a catchy name like Brother Pasta or Hulkamania pasta or some shit. And you see him there, like, serving the kids. Oh, like a fucking giant,
Was that your Hulk Hogan impression?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't he do all of that noises and shit? He grunts a lot.
He does.
Will you know something, Dylan? He
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something here, brother.
There you go.
I didn't realize he was so twitchy when he talked.
Yeah. I'm like cocaine.
Somebody doesn't make eye contact with you. He's a shady character. My favorite journalist of wrestling has to be Mean Gene.
Oh yeah.
It's the facial expressions for Mean Gene that made the interviews even better. Like, look at him; he's so invested in the Hogan story, nodding. Yeah, the eye movement when things go awry in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny too. Like,
he is very funny.
Oh, he's great.
Humor.
Oh yeah.
Look at him; he's getting a little tired now. Yeah.
Gene Okerlund, I believe, was in the AWA, and Eric Bischoff got him from the, or McMahon got him from the AWA. I mean, and then Bischoff got him from McMahon.
You don't have to worry about the pressure, brother.
AWA was a company based out of like the Midwest in the 80s.
Where did the camp there?
American Wrestling Association. It was probably like the third biggest for a little bit. Second biggest, maybe, for a little bit. Yeah. You don't hear about it a lot. Hulk Hogan was big in it before he was big in WWF. But yeah, you don't hear about it much anymore. That's where Mr. Perfect was big there.
Yep.
That's Kurt Hennig.
Look at the fucking headsets that they had. That shit can pick up a radio station 20 yards away. That shit right there. Those things are teleporting Neuralinks to the fucking aliens out there. Stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah, Austin had the U.S. title.
I don't have to tell the world you're one of the greatest champions ever step foot in the ring. Let me tell you something right now. You really don't.
God, he looks so weird with gold hair. He looks so weird.
As I am the champion, watch the hands. You are wrestling tonight. You are defending this title tonight.
That's the WCW commissioner, Nick
Watch the hands
Bockwinkel.
on the champion. He almost reminds me of LA Knight.
Well, LA Knight took a lot of his, a lot of his mannerisms from Austin and The Rock.
You know that last night LA Knight threw shade at at Kevin Nash.
I read about that, but I didn't catch it when it happened. Yeah.
What did he say?
So many years ago, Kevin Nash said, let's take that word play and use it as an adjective. When it's not an adjective, the word play is a verb. And that's what LA Knight said last night. He goes, well, we look at the word play and use it as an adjective. Well, I'm not a moron, so I'm not going to say that. It's a verb.
I heard him say that. I just did not get a reference. Like, okay. Because I was confused because it seemed out of place, but I guess that makes sense now.
If I was a moron, I'd use this word play as an adjective. But I'm not a moron, so I'm not going to use it as an adjective.
Yeah, this was at Fall Brawl. They started the match, and Duggan won the U.S. title in like 7 seconds or something from Austin. Duggan was another of Hogan's friends he brought from WWF. And now Austin gets his rematch.
For the United States Heavyweight
Jesus, Hacksaw looks the same.
Introducing first the selector.
Crockett.
Yeah.
It wasn't a ghost that time. Did you see it was
Rocket
like
Productions.
pumpkin?
That's it, yeah. Yeah, they had Crockett on the pumpkins, yeah.
Oh, no.
Jim Crockett
okay,
Promotions.
okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Can't read any of the other tombstones. I see Crockett. That's the only one I can read.
Oh!
You gonna do it, Robin? Oh!
Yep.
The absolute easiest gimmick to mimic.
Yeah. Just wave the American flag and shout ho. Nailed it. You know, there was a big Hacksaw Jim Duggan was involved in a big thing and a big deal with the Iron Sheik in the 80s. You heard this, Dylan?
I believe so.
Where they got caught, they got pulled over by the cops and they got caught
Oh,
with,
yes.
they got caught with like pot and coke and something else. And the big deal wasn't that they got caught with drugs. The big deal was that they got caught riding together.
Right.
You know, because in the 80s, the faces and the heels were still supposed to be separate. Like they were still playing that this was real, and the faces hate the bad guys. Like Duggan and the Iron Sheik were feuding, but here they are riding down the highway together in New York or New Jersey or wherever they are, and got caught together, and that was a very big deal. And Duggan's career kind of took a hit because of that.
Sabu and RVD had the same problem. Sabu and RVD were caught. They were pulled over, and there was like a pound of marijuana in the trunk.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe it, but I never heard it. So yeah, this match, at one point I kind of stopped watching wrestling in high school. You know, or in middle school, early high school, I stopped watching wrestling, and then a friend of mine got me back into it in high school and told me, dude, this is in like 1998. He told me, dude, it's awesome. He said WCW and WWF, they both have shows every Monday, and both shows are great. And you gotta catch both of them. And he told me and I said, who's the world champion in WWF? He said Stone Cold Steve Austin. I said, Steve Austin. I said, Steve Austin is a world champion.
Stunning Steve?
I said, Stunning Steve. That's what I said. I said, the Hollywood Blonde, Steve Austin. He said, Hollywood Blonde. He said, he's bald. He's got a bald head. I said, Stunning Steve is bald. That was the conversation we had. Stunning Steve is bald. I was like, I got to see this shit. And that's what led me to watching wrestling again. I was like, bald Stunning Steve is the world champion. I have fucking got to see this. And then I tuned in on the night when Stone Cold was going to fight Mr. McMahon, but said he'd fight him with one hand tied behind his back. And that was the night I tuned in and started watching wrestling again.
I like how he has U.S. champ on his tights.
Who did? Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was getting pretty good heel push, at this point.
Timeout.
The Dum-Dums that you bought, do they have normal flavors in there also, or is it all weird flavors?
Can I have my pepper?
You want that again?
Yeah, this is trash. Thank you. Come on, referee, get him off him. He's in the corner.
That referee was used again in the WWE.
Oh yeah, he's Nick Patrick. He was around forever. Well, he was if you recognize him, he's the referee that became the evil NWO referee.
I think I do.
He started first. It started out subtle, where the NWO, like he would give the NWO faster counts, but like you wouldn't really be sure, You'd be like, mate, did he just count faster for them? Maybe. And then the weeks would go by, and then eventually the NWO revealed that he had been secretly on the inside and that he was their NWO referee.
Look at Stunning Steve.
Oh, laid out. Selling that shit.
Bang!
Thank you, dude. No Ripley. No.
Please. He's telling the ref. Please. Please. Did you hit him in the nuts? I think you hit him in the nuts. Now let me ask you a question. What's in the stuffed pepper?
There's soy. There's fake meat.
All right, that's all you got to say. No, we're done here now. We're done. We're done.
It's delicious. Onion, sour cream.
Wow.
Cauliflower, diced tomatoes with chilies.
Rice, cauliflower, diced tomatoes with chilies. Delicious.
Yeah. Everything sounds good except for that soy meat shit.
Oh, it's delicious, dude. You just gotta know how to season it.
Yeah, you can season it right in the trash.
If you got enough, yeah, you could use a trash can, sure.
Nice elbow. I think I still have them. I have 3 DVDs. I have one of Stunning Steve Austin, one of Mick Foley, but I think it's Cactus Jack. And I have another one of someone else, but I can't remember the name of it. But I gotta find them. Because those Those had some great matches on those DVDs.
What are they? Who put them out? WWF or
No, these are like independent ones.
is it like before they were stars? Those kind of. That's what I thought you were talking about. Oh,
Yeah, like
Oh, disqualification. What are they doing?
disqualified.
So we've had 2 matches with like actual finishes.
mhm.
It's disqualified, Steve.
Steve Austin has been disqualified for an over-the-top point. The winner, Steve Austin.
Oh, there's that hacksaw.
With the Jim Duggan one through disqualification.
Correct.
So the belt does not change hands.
Correct.
Look at him, hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Really pushing that hotline.
Fans do not call the hotline.
That's a $5 phone call.
At least that's $5 in 1994. That's real money.
I think $5 is still a lot today.
I agree. No, here's Sting.
Steve!
That's pretty good.
I'm so hungry. I took too much food.
And as the new generation of kids will know, where's Sting? For all those AEW fans out there that watch us on a weekly basis, and Willie sings the song of Darby Allin parody, Where's Sting?
Dignitaries. Are there a lot of dignitaries there?
I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie to you. People that wear those stupid little necklaces that attach to the sunglasses and put them on their head, they belong in the trash. You know what I mean? Like they belong to get a 5-minute beatdown. Absolutely. They look so foolish with those things on their face. Tying them on the back. You see Sting? He tied it so tight on his face so no one could pull him off.
I've used one before when I've gone like canoeing or kayaking. So that way, if the canoe tipped over, the glasses do not fall on my face.
Rip it. No.
I'm like,
Rip it.
like tubing or rafting. Anything like with water.
There's nothing there.
Bailey's looking at the camera, trying to figure out who's barking. Is that boy?
Oh, this is the other match. Big Van Vader versus the Guardian Angel.
Right?
Correct. Yeah, formerly known as Big Boss Man. There he is. Rip it. Come here.
Now you got that one going. Santos, what's up, buddy?
I love those headbutts where it's just like a tree falling over, you know, like they just straight up fall right on top of them. Santos.
Now, are you guys joining us for the AEW tonight or no?
Yeah.
Because
I'm
that's
gonna fix
in
my
a little
hair
bit.
between now and then, so it's not in the Tony Storm disarrayness. It's gonna be a day full of wrestling. I'm excited.
It's going crazy out there.
Yeah, I know. So you don't need any. Oh wait, you're gone. Never mind. Oh, you're right there. I was gonna say you don't need any fake meat.
What'd you say?
Is it so you don't need any fake meat, or is it just
No. I'm not a serial killer, so no. I
killer?
you know that and the beats. You know what I mean? I know you guys work as a tag team, killing out everybody over in Salem over there. So
Okay.
That's what we need to get the camera.
Oh.
I've tried tofu. I've tried it.
Tofu is not the good way to try it. Like, if you're going to try something, tofu is not the thing to try. Because tofu just tastes like whatever you cook it in. And it's like eating a sponge. I don't recommend it for most people.
Look at
Unless you're like mentally prepared for it. The fake meat, like some of it's really good. Some of it is not so good.
I've had Morningstar,
Mm-hmm.
which are like the veggie patties and like black bean burgers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
Some of those are very good.
I prefer
Those
I
are
prefer
really
the
good.
burgers that aren't supposed to taste like meat, like the garden burger, the black bean burger. Like those aren't supposed to taste like beef. I prefer those to like the soy grillers that are supposed to taste like meat.
My pepper was very good. Thank you.
Oh, it's 'cause you're welcome.
Yeah, that looked really good. I would probably still eat it because I'm a fat guy, so I probably would still eat it. But
It was delicious. It was
you.
delicious.
That's
yeah,
like 8.5 carbs for a pepper.
Very good. Very
Or for half a
filling.
pepper.
So Ray Trailer. Well, I'll tell it after Big Van Vader makes his entrance. I'll let my man have his moment here.
I'm good. I'm listening.
No, I was gonna wait for Big Van Vader to make his entrance.
Oh.
He's my man. You're not my man.
Oh, all right. Well,
He's
you
my
know, it's
man.
nice knowing you guys.
You're my man, Dylan, after my actual man sitting next to me.
I mean, you're my man too, but he's my man.
No. You already said who your man is.
All right.
So that's it. You know, you cut out.
Backtracking here.
You're cut out now. You know what I mean?
All
You
right.
cut.
Look at this monster.
Dude, Big Van Vader, he's so good at being a heel monster that I can't get behind him because he's so good at his job. Like he's so scary and it makes me uncomfortable.
Look at this boy.
Like his face mask is terrifying to me.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel weird inside to look at it. I don't like it. He's a good wrestler and he's good at what he does, but I just can't ever be behind him.
I'm gonna have to
I'd
move
rather
my
be behind him than in front of him.
here. Bear with me. I have to move my my setup because Bailey's requesting my presence.
No.
Fucking unbelievable. Don't get a baby dog. Get a
And when
dog
did you-
that can handle herself.
When did you get her?
She will be 3.
He's trying to scare Muhammad.
Oh, you're gonna be 3. 2021, we got her. Hold on, I have her first picture when she first got here.
Ray Trailer attacked Harley Race. Guardian Angel attacked him, I mean.
Here's Ray Trailer.
Well, that's what the story I was going to tell. in a
September
minute.
12th, 2021.
Wait, are you showing us a picture? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Aww.
Oh, look at the baby.
He's so cute.
Yeah, look at her. Little baby Bailey.
Oh,
I like how she's like sprawled like
Oh.
that.
No. Yeah, she's spread out. That's her playing, resting. Yeah, the bed was in a different location. Actually, she's in the same location now than when we first started.
oh, yeah, she is cute.
Laying on her back when we were in on my old car, which is very sad now. But in the old car she used to drive in, and that's her with her octopus. When she was a baby, she had to sleep with an animal, always.
Oh, it's so cute.
And now she's upgraded to the bully, as we call it in this house, the bully. Call it. Go ahead.
I was going to tell about Ray. So the Guardian Angel, most of us probably know him as the Big Boss Man from the WWF, where he was a cop. He was a Georgia cop. So he's had a number of gimmicks. His name is Ray Trailer. Originally, he was in the NWA in the mid '80s as Big Bubba Rogers. Had a black pants, blue shirt, black suspenders, black hat, and shades, and was Big Bubba Rogers. I don't know what his gimmick. I think his gimmick was supposed to be like nightclub bouncer, that kind of thing. So he did that. Went to WWF, became the Big Boss Man. Went back to WCW, became the Guardian Angel, and then shortened his name to just the Angel. I'm trying to think. And then he went. No, and then he stayed in WCW, and then he started using his given name, Ray Trailer. And then he went back to WWF and was known again as the Big Boss Man. So a number of gimmicks and number of names throughout his time, but Ray Trailer is his name. Now, I believe he's deceased now, but one of the better big men. I mean, he's more agile than his size would make you think.
Yeah, he's a hard hitter.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
I think it was a drug overdose.
A Ray Trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Reminds
Did
me
you
of-
look it up?
No, I gotta confirm it, but it's either drugs or alcohol overdose.
That's sad.
Yeah.
He was younger. I remember that.
He looks like
Yeah.
a super.
Yes, he does. Farva.
Yeah.
Kay said he looked like Farva.
A little bit, yeah.
Which I will say, if anyone hasn't seen Super Troopers 2, it is pretty funny.
Never seen Super Troopers, the first one.
Oh, no? You know what we're talking about, though?
I know. I've seen like clips and I've heard like, the things that come of it, the jokes or whatnot.
They are both
One of
worth
my
seeing.
old bosses was a fan.
Oh, they're both worth seeing. Very funny.
Yeah. Let me look up. How did?
Oh.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
Taylor died of a heart attack 22nd of September 2004 in his home in Dallas, Georgia. Blocked coronary artery.
Jesus.
Jesus.
That's why you need to eat right, people.
Yeah.
Don't end up like poor Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
That's depressing. Age 41. God damn.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
terrible.
that's sad.
That
That's
is
sad.
terrible.
That's scary.
7th, 8th, 9th. Yeah. He can't. No way.
What?
No way was he only 41.
Yep. Right?
I'll be damned.
Ooh.
I can't believe that.
I like how Sting is steadying with Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm. What's up there, Santo? Or is it Santo?
Santos.
Santo. Well, if I were Ted Lasso, I would say Santo, so that works.
A what, miss? I moved all the stuff over here for you now. So I don't want to hear no shit. Foley said Vader was a sweetheart.
That's what everybody says, yeah.
Sweetheart.
Vader was known as a gentle giant.
Yep.
Terrifying. It's a terrifying man.
Very, very nice guy, supposedly behind the scenes. Very easygoing, supposedly. Had a couple real fights backstage, but hey, you know, whatever. We're men.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
We've all been in fights with people, you know. That's the way it goes. Yeah.
I've been in my fair share of swashbuckling brigades.
What are we gonna fight over?
I'm not for it right now.
Oh, okay. Like a fist fight?
Yeah, I didn't get in a fight almost.
Then never mind.
He's going up again. Same move, same spot.
Oh.
But it's gonna take more than that to beat Vader. You're right.
And Vader, he was so over in Japan. They loved him too. This big white monster coming over, you know?
Well, they love that. The Japanese culture loves the bigger men because of the sumo wrestling.
Yep. And then especially they love a gaijin or I'm not sure what that translates into, but it's like a Westerner. It's a Westerner or a white person is a gaijin. Somebody Google can probably tell me what the hell a gaijin means.
GY.
I think it's
G-I-Y?
Gaijin.
Sounds right. Where's your bally? Where's your bally?
Oh, there you go.
A foreigner, yeah. So a gaijin, a foreigner. But yeah, they especially love foreigners, big men. And their Vader gets it.
Vader gets it, Bailey.
Okay.
Mhm.
You can put it back on.
Hmm? Oof.
Oh my
God.
He's a big
What?
dude.
Just that, him catching Vader for that slam.
Oh, yeah.
Impressive. Angel was too preoccupied with beating up 70-year-old Harley Race.
He looks good for 70.
No, he wasn't 70. He was probably, I don't know how old,
69.
60 there, maybe.
69. The next day was going to be 70.
No. He wasn't that old. He was wrestling in the WWF in like 1989, and this is 94. Or 88 he was wrestling, and this is 94.
Who's that guy? Is that like the phone technician?
No, that's Chris Cruz on the left and Mike Tenay on the right. Tenay still works for Impact today.
Wait, what? Did they just say the Hitman and not follow it with Bret Hart?
Yeah, so this guy was the Hitman before Bret Hart was the Hitman. He was a boxer named Thomas the Hitman Hearns. He was a middleweight.
Looks like his nose has been broken a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a retirement match between Hogan and Flair. I'm not going to spoil the outcome. I will say that the loser stays retired for about 4 months. So
It's a nice vacation for the loser.
yeah, it's a Disney retirement.
Yeah.
Here in the Motor City, your hometown, it is great to have you aboard. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, again,
I want to do this. I mean, that's tough, right?
let's get back to you guys.
My guys.
It's going to be a brutal, hard-hitting tag.
I think we got just 2 matches left. Is that right? No.
Yeah, Funk and Buck. And then
And then the main.
the main.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Fucking Buck. You know?
Fuck house. Fuck.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Terry fuck.
Yeah, look at them. They're awesome.
Oh, it's Dusty Rhodes.
The nasty boy.
Oh, this is setting up war games?
It's nasty time.
It was setting up War Games. War Games already took place.
I mean, that's what they were talking about. Right?
Yeah.
I think we watched that, didn't we?
Uh-oh.
Not that one, though.
There's
We should.
Buck and Funk.
And Ming.
And me.
Ming, who is supposedly like the most legit badass ever in the business. That's his reputation. That's what Ric Flair says.
On a recent edition of WCW Saturday Night.
Terry Funk.
No, if you're a WWE and you're going to sell
That's
them,
not Terry
people,
Funk.
why
That's
do you-
Chainsaw Charlie.
If you're a WWF fan, it's Chainsaw Charlie.
Him and the Ass Man had a dumpster match with Phil Foley.
That's crazy, man. That's WWF. They're so weird how they make people change their name when they come there. How they're like, Terry Funk, you've been wrestling for 30 years. We can't let you be Terry Funk. You're fucking Chainsaw Charlie now. Ridiculous. This is a good one. And then we got the main event.
Yeah, Bailey turns 3 in January.
Oh.
3 years old. 3 years, pain in my ass.
Is that Terry Funk in a costume, or is that how he dressed?
That's how he dressed.
Okay.
Yeah. The cowboy.
I tell you, this is the only thing now that she sleeps with. If that shit rolls out of bed in the middle of the night, it could be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she hears that thing roll out of bed and hit the floor,
Yeah.
wakes up in a dead stupor, wakes up, grabs it, comes back, goes back to bed. And I'm like, it's right there. It's not going to go nowhere. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't worry about it.
Or squid. You said
Octopus before, yeah.
octopus. Oh,
Yeah, the
Not
octopus.
the tall.
But we've migrated to now the Bally.
oh,
That's
Well,
her.
the
That's her
husband-
new thing. Because these
Yeah.
things are great. These things are durable as hell. They're called Chuck It. It's called Chuck It balls.
mm-hmm.
And she's such a biter and rips through toys and eats bones in less than an hour. And this thing, she's had this for a year and a half now, and it's still, it's still standing. Like, it's crazy. It's
Cool.
really crazy.
Got Beavis and Butthead mask.
Throwing pumpkin guts at the audience. People are trying to catch that shit too.
No, he was throwing Beavis and Butthead masks.
Oh, he threw masks. I'm sorry. Beavis and Butthead masks.
Beavis and Butthead was a funny show.
Oh yeah. I think it's
Never
back
seen
on,
it.
isn't it? You weren't allowed to see it. Kay was not allowed
You
to
weren't
see it.
allowed to see Beavis and
I
Butthead?
wasn't allowed to see it.
I lived a very sheltered life.
I wasn't allowed to see it. I still watched it, but I wasn't allowed to.
I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy.
You know what show I just started watching because of Sam, because Sam liked it? King of the Hill.
Oh yeah,
But
it's a
just
great
awesome.
show.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode, and then we were at the hotel for Full Gear, and I woke up at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and that was what's playing, and it was a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And we just watched it all the way until the pay-per-view. So we had to go to the stadium again for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's a good show.
That's a great show, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it is. Like, I didn't know that it was such a great show.
Got a wild one brewing here. Nasty's got their special Halloween edition of their paint splatter costumes.
That's a 5-head right there.
And Brian Knobs, yeah, I think he got the haircut a little too
A
short.
little too high, a little too far back.
Yeah.
That shit's starting at his shoulders.
Pity City.
That was a
you
nice.
you like that one?
Yeah. No, thanks.
The pit stop.
Yeah.
One of the many things that make the Nasty Boys great and nasty.
Yeah, the nasty.
Yeah, that's true. That was a fucking nasty move.
They'll get you. There you go, Sags.
Now, where's Jeff Jarrett in all of this?
At this point, Jeff Jarrett was in the WWF.
Okay.
Yeah, he had actually just debuted in the WWF this year. So yeah, he's still going too. Yeah, still around. But yeah, he didn't go to WCW until like 90.
8?
I was gonna say 96 or 97.
Oh.
I feel 90. I can't remember honestly. 95.
Oh, next year.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it might have been 95.
He's getting ready.
96.
He's getting ready for the match.
Yeah.
I think he's having a second match with himself. Yeah, you probably got a fucking headache now, don't you? Look, he's gonna fight now the stands. He's gonna fight the fans now. Look at the KFC Colonel.
Have you ever seen Colonel Parker? You never saw him?
No,
Oh, dude,
I haven't.
He's the
I've
best.
seen Colonel Sanders, but I've never seen Colonel Corbin.
Don't be confused. There's no resemblance, obviously.
Oh no,
between-
there's a lot of resemblance.
No. You're confused. You're confused. Obviously. No resemblance.
Neutral position now. Once again, they're back to the near side.
Boy, the butterflies in Hogan's stomach right now got to be the size of condors.
It's 0 hour.
I'm so happy I have tomorrow off. I'm so happy.
Good.
You gonna play some Starfield?
Like you have no idea.
No Starfield talk until
I'm
later.
sorry.
We're watching Halloween Havoc.
Sorry.
We can talk about Starfield later.
Yeah, we could talk about it tonight on
We can
Collision.
talk about it during Collision.
We do have a really good Collision card tonight.
It is. Really
And honestly, like we might not actually talk about Starfield at all today.
Roddy Strong versus what's his name? Darby Allin.
Yeah, Samoa Joe tonight as well.
Yeah,
And then
Mojo versus
Penta.
thank you. Yeah.
We also have a 6-man tag tonight as well.
You got an 8-man tag, Bullet Club Gold versus 4
That's the
crazy
tag match I'm talking
luchadors. They got one luchador looks like something out of the Power Rangers. I've never seen him before.
Did you see that thing I sent you between Osprey and Bandito in an indie show many moons ago?
Oh, okay. I thought it was in.
Where'd you send it to me?
TikTok.
I don't think I did then. No.
We also have Moxley and Action Andretti tonight too for the international belt.
Up. He's loading up the glove. But no, I think it will be a good collision though. Yeah, for real.
Aerostar is his name.
No, the one I'm talking about is the one he looks like a bad guy out of the Power Rangers. Oh, here comes the pumpkin.
Yeah, guy in the red.
No,
He
dude.
looks like a monster.
He looks like he's made out of rocks or something. Here comes pile driver onto the pumpkin. Bam!
awesome.
There it is.
There we go. 1,
Ow!
2, 3, the Nasty Boys.
Yeah, my guys.
Oh, it's Dios del Infran.
Yeah, that guy.
Inframundo.
Inframundo.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Because
crazy?
you got Gravity, Metalik, Aerostar, and Dios.
and Dios del Inframundo. What is he wearing? Does he wear that while he wrestles? I don't know who that is.
That's that alien you killed in Starfield. That's what that is. That's what that costume is. Look at Terry Funk. I mean, overselling is not an option for him. Look at him. He's still, now he fell out of the ring. Now he's out of the ring.
Didn't pile drive him on it, but Sags made sure that pumpkin was going to fucking explode. I tell you that much.
Yeah, he sat on the damn thing. Fucking all booty on that poor pumpkin.
We're down to one, yeah. One
All
more.
right, this is it. This is the main event. As Mark Henry would say, it's time for the main event.
It's a wild one. It's a good one.
This has been very fun. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you guys for having me.
Good. Yeah, man. I'm glad you joined us. Glad you dressed as job interview McFoley. We love you.
Yeah, listen, man.
We kid because we love.
You know what's funny is I started putting the gear on and I was like, maybe I should just go as MJF. Like I already had all the pieces at the house, but I was like, everyone's already seen me in that. Like even
Done
recently.
MJF, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll save that one for a different night. Maybe when we do an NXT one or something, when it's a little more current gen roster. But no, the next one of the ones I'm gonna do is Macho Man. I'm gonna dress up as Macho Man. I'm gonna get a cowboy hat. I'm gonna get a Slim Jim. I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm gonna get a Slim Jim with his face on it. And I'll get a pair of glasses, crazy looking glasses and shit.
Yeah.
I'll get that one. The one thing I really want to get, I'm gonna have to find it, is a coffee creamer, one of those little coffee creamer cups. Yeah, and that way.
Dream always rises to the top.
Puts it on his head. On balance, no balance. It doesn't matter. Fucking thing. Oh, Jesus. Poor Muhammad. Look at him.
Yeah. I don't know
Look at his left arm. Jesus. Like you said before, a true treasure.
Mm-hmm.
An absolute
True
treasure.
American hero.
Yeah.
Really. And I don't say that about a lot of athletes. Like
No,
sports are
but he
cool,
does, though.
but it doesn't make a hero. But he was a hero.
Yeah.
I think they were
You know
giving the
what's funny?
foundation some money. I think.
You know what's funny? He was doing one of these like events or whatever on TV, and the guy goes, man, I remember watching you as a kid, and you really had a wicked punch. And when he said punch, Muhammad like jerked at him, and he's like, oh shit, wait.
Eric Bischoff. Ugh.
Look at Mr. Bischoff, Mr. 83 weeks. You don't like Bischoff?
Not a big fan, no.
Who's worse, the Soup Prophets or Eric Bischoff?
The Soup Prophets.
My God, man. You can't let the Soup Prophets have anything.
Nah.
He fought. I mean, I watched some of his boxing tapes, Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way you could even clone a person to be 25% of the man that he was. In the ring.
Yeah, it was
He
something else.
was gifted. But I loved when he talked. When he talked was the best. I don't care if you're tall, like a skyscraper, or as little as an ant. I'm still going to come over there and crush you. It don't matter. Okay. And he always talked in poetry. He didn't speak. He never spoke like a regular sentence that didn't have some type of like junction or like synonym, metaphor, rhyme scheme to it. It was funny. Nah, man, he was funny.
One man by himself. World champion every time. And my God, he's gonna do it today.
Bobby Heenan always gets worked up over Hulk Hogan.
He loved Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Loved his boy, Hulky boy.
You got Michael Buffer here.
Where's the cage?
They're going to lower it. Don't worry.
I'm worried.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we await the arrival of the Nature Boy.
They're still creating the cage in the back right now.
I thought that's what they were doing. I thought they were like stalling for time so they could put the cage up.
I thought that's what they were doing too, but it is a cage. Don't worry.
Never a word.
Well, we're used to the cages already above
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
ring.
No, they bring the cage out and put it together.
There he is. 27 chain man, Mr. T.
No, this is, you notice he doesn't have any. He sold the chains at this point.
Oh, yeah, no, he's broke.
Yeah.
Broke. He was on a one of the TV show late night shows or whatever years ago.
Mm-hmm.
With all his chains on and sneakers. And the guy goes, Mr. T, you got like 40 chains on your neck. They're worth $20,000, $30,000 a chain. But you have duct tape around the sneakers. Because, yeah, you know, I like to make sure if I got to buy sneakers, I make sure I get them right when the pair is completely not useful anymore. And he goes, there's duct tape on your fucking shoes. I think they're useless now. No, they're useful. They're still useful. I'm like, what the fuck's the matter with you, bro? That's like MC Hammer. MC Hammer blew all of his money, avoided tax evasion, and went to jail. Same with Wesley Snipes.
Wait, MC Hammer went to jail? I never heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't pay his taxes.
I never heard about that.
Yeah. Nor did Wesley Snipes.
I knew it happened with Wesley Snipes. I never heard about Hammer. I don't think Hammer went to jail.
The only person that was able to touch him was the feds. That's it.
Here comes the Hulkster.
Beloved.
Beloved, dead.
Seems kind of redundant to put dead on a tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. The WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
The big gold.
The big gold himself.
So not only does Jimmy Hart have Hulk Hogan airbrushed on the back of the suit, he has himself airbrushed on the front of the suit.
Correct.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Jimmy Hart's a very good guy, though. Did you hear when Lawler was in the hospital recently, like a few months back, because of a heart attack again, or a stroke or something?
Mm.
Jimmy Hart stayed with him for the first 4 days in the hospital overnight.
Oh, that's
4 days in a row.
Wow. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's very nice to know you still got friends like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was helping him walk again and feed him. Make sure all the doctors are giving him the right shit, right medicines and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there when he got home. Hung out with him when he got home to do rehab and stuff.
No, I did not hear that.
He's a very good guy. Good guy in my book.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a friend. They would have, other friends would have took him while he was weak, asked him for money and shit, abused him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's how you can tell is what people do when you're down.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell. Trust me. You know, people act when you can't do anything for them. That's what's important.
Mr. T was at WrestleMania 1.
Yeah. He won the main event.
He was part of the original Expendables. Mr. T. At the Mr. T show.
The A-Team, he was the original Expendables.
Yeah, the A-Team.
All right, I can see that. There's the cage. Oh, it was up there. I didn't see it.
Oh, it is up there.
Like way up
Yeah,
there.
it was way up there. That's why I didn't see it. It was way up there.
They opened up the ceiling just now.
They got some tire.
Here we go.
What a rinky-dink cage coming down.
Say what?
What a rinky-dink cage they got coming down.
Why are you making fun of their cage?
I'm used to the WWF cages.
It's coming down like very crooked. Too.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, it's coming down in a slant, right?
Yeah.
It's Flair.
All actively falling apart as it is getting lower.
Flair's like, shit.
It's already falling before the men are even in the ring. Look,
WCW.
it's falling apart. It's already falling
This
apart.
is not a cage you want to climb on top of.
No.
This is like a cage that's a fence in your backyard. You can hop this shit.
It is. I remember when I was a kid, even I thought it's awfully short
Yeah, this is
because WWF their cages were like,
huge.
yeah, twice,
25 feet in the
no,
air.
like
Yeah,
twice
of
as
course.
big as that.
Yeah,
Well, they
you
had
know,
those
JR.
big blue steel cages with the big bars on them.
Yeah, JR would, of course, make it sound 20 times worse than what it really was. This is real steel. This makes a person a superstar.
No, it's like a steel cage you see like up the road here at a match.
Yeah. This is a construction cage. It's like they're redoing Taco Bell or something. Close, guys. Can't come in.
Yes, it is. They probably got it on loan.
Yeah. They probably took it off the side of the road.
Here we go. Rob, Kay, who are you for?
I'm for Ric Flair.
Oh,
Who are you for?
I'm for Flair.
I am
Dylan, who
too.
for?
On Flair as well.
I'm always for
Folks in
Flair.
the chat, who are you for?
I'm sorry. I can never root for Hulk Hogan after what he's done.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Nah.
Yeah.
Sorry. No thanks. Mr. Real American, no, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Hulkster ruined his reputation.
So did Kramer from Seinfeld.
So Kramer from Seinfeld.
You don't remember the
KK Kramer.
yeah. Yep. Kramer. Yep.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah, no, he said some wild shit when he
Yeah.
was doing stand-up. People were heckling him, so
Yeah.
he lost it.
Yeah.
And was saying some very vulgar shit.
Yeah.
Very vulgar shit. You know what's funny? He was on an episode of Comedians in Cars Doing Coffee with Jerry, and even to that day of taping, he still can't forgive himself. Still.
Well, I think he was, he was trying to do a bit and it really got away from him and
Yeah.
in a
That's what he
bad
said.
way.
He was like, I was working out new material and it just wasn't landing. And instead of me going, you're right, I'm not funny tonight, I'm going to go and work on this some more and come back in a week or two, instead of doing what I did. would have ended. Well, no, we would have had a different conversation now. But yeah, sad.
Flair's
Oh,
going
boy.
after the knee.
Oh boy, Cosmo.
That's one of your boys, one of your New York boys.
Hey man, I never said my city's great. You know what I mean? Listen, my city's great, but my city's also bad at the same time. We're wild out here. I ain't gonna lie. No.
New York's wild, man. I saw, yeah, wild stuff. You see some wild stuff, even if you're trying not to, in New York. Even if you're trying your hardest not to.
Yeah. Trying to go mail a letter at the post office. You don't even know what the fuck you're about to walk into. You know what I mean?
I do know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I love it though. I love New York. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, I
great.
hadn't been there in a long time. I hadn't been there in a long time.
We got a guy now dressed up as a rat in a suit. Still got the naked cowboy. We're screaming out Bobby Shmurda for governor. Yeah, we got a lot of wildness over here in New York.
We got one for Hogan in the chat.
Yeah, we got one for Hogan in the chat. We got 3 for
One for
Flair.
Hogan.
One for Hogan. Santo
Hey,
Hogan.
man.
for the Hulkster. Hulkster's getting his juice going here.
The War of the Blondes. That should have been the title of this match, The War of the Blondes.
Oh, the Flair flop.
Look it. That's my favorite Ric Flair is when he sells and he does the leg kick up and he just falls flat on his face.
Yeah. Oh.
It worked. Isn't that the move that like never lands that he does?
Well, but it's after he does the Irish whip and the flip over and he runs over to the turnbuckle and then comes down with the axe handle. That never works. Almost never works. Almost never works. I've seen it work twice. I've seen it not work hundreds of times.
Yeah, when Ric Flair does that like crazy move with the ropes and shit,
Yeah.
and like almost flips himself over it,
Yeah,
but lands on the side of the apron,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
it's a sight to see.
Mm-hmm.
when Charlotte started doing it now too, you know.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Another one for Ric Flair in the chat.
All right.
Sherry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's strutting. He's
yeah,
got a strut going.
man.
Oh,
There it is. What? What do you got? You got Ric Flair or you got Hogan?
oh my God. Flair's trying to leave.
This one doesn't have the escape rule.
No. Yeah, this is pinfall or submission. This is not win by escape.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah. Unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure this is win by pinfall or submission.
It doesn't look like a very safe.
Oh,
Takeover.
right in the flares.
Fighting him. Fighting him. Getting him. Eye poke. What's up with Hulk?
I don't know. He's really digging into his repertoire with the bite and the eye poke.
Yeah.
I tell you, Hulkster, I mean, nothing with him now. You know, I know he ruined his reputation and all.
Talented athlete.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of my favorites growing up. Him and Flair.
When you were a kid, who were you for? And
When I was a kid, I was for Hogan. Yeah.
I was for Flair. Watching old tape, I always liked Flair. It was the cockiness. That's what I found the funniest about him. Was the cockiness.
Yeah, I didn't start to like that until I was a little older. When I was 10 when this happened, so I was for Hogan. I didn't get anything about being cocky. I was like, Ric Flair's old and bad. I don't like him.
Well, the TNA promo with him and Lethal is a classic one.
I don't think I've seen the whole thing. I know what you're talking about, though. Oh my
Keep
God!
stealing, wheeling, dealing, Space Mountain riding. I'll even make that girl in the front cry. Unbelievable.
Let's bring in another point here. Covered by Hogan. No, he has been a very
Mr. T sucks as a referee. He's having no excitement behind that counting.
1, 2.
oh, maybe it is escape. Rick looks like he's trying to escape.
And he keeps breaking up the damn match.
I look so good with how fluffy his hair
You got to win in the ring. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Four.
Jesus. Those chops.
Very good. Like I said, this is big. Hogan Flair retirement, steel cage, Mr. T. These two going for it. What I used to do when I was a kid was I would put on the pay-per-views. We could put on the pay-per-view channels, and you could hear the pay-per-view, but you couldn't see it. Like it was scrambled.
Okay.
So you could hear.
Oh, like a black and white screen.
No, it was scrambled. It was garbled. So you would sometimes for a second you would see it and it would go. It would be like orange and green and pink and purple and blue and just scrambled like this.
Snow?
Not snow even, just like this, like I'm doing, like wavy like that and moving and undulating.
Was Thomas Edison still alive around this time?
Do what?
Was Thomas Edison still alive around this time?
No, he was not. But so you couldn't see it, but you could hear everything perfectly. So when I was a kid, I would take a pillow and I would act out the pay-per-views and would listen to the pay-per-views and would act it out with a pillow.
Shut up, Dolly. Shut up.
Oh, this match has a time limit too?
Mm-hmm. think it's an hour time limit though, so I
Okay.
think so.
The crowd is crazy.
Mm-hmm. The crowd's raucous. Oh, there goes the referee. Oh my God.
Good. He's useless anyway. Stopping the match every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Dragged him.
What is he?
Oh, on top of Mr. T
There.
again.
Here comes Sherry.
Look, now he's beating him to rap.
Sherry didn't fuck around. I tell you that. Oh my God.
Look at this crazy lady. Look at Jimmy. Oh! All right, children, look away. Look away. All right.
Here she comes. And here comes Sting.
Sting, don't hit the lady.
Well, at this point, Sting is a part of the Four Horsemen.
Oh. No, no. There were no Four Horsemen at this point.
Oh, there's the Max guy again.
God damn.
They're just hitting random things now.
Yes. He's an angry man.
Oh my God.
Look at Sherry. Bam. She didn't fuck around. Oh dear.
What the? Yeah, she just probably sprained her ankle right there.
Mm-hmm. It's a Donnybrook in the cage. It's a Donnybrook. It's a Pier 6 brawl.
Why is she handcuffing Mr. T?
I don't know. It's part of their plan, though.
I just don't understand why you would handcuff Mr. T. Because don't you need him to count?
Yes.
I don't know why they handcuffed Mr. T either. But then again, it's Halloween Havoc and it's WCW, so anything is possible here. Uh-oh.
No. He got them both.
Ow!
Hulk Hogan hit a woman. Hulk Hogan body slammed a woman.
Ah, no. Oh. So that was the pre-ruining of his career right there.
Like him beating on Sherry.
Yeah.
You don't think she deserved it?
She was helping out the correct winner. All right.
Oh my God.
You just have him right up there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, she's in the ring.
Oh, jeez. Tony Schiavone. Well, she wanted to be in the cage, and there she was.
Yep. He has no sympathy.
Oh. Oh, big boot to Sherry. There he comes. He's
hulking up.
Flair. No. Wait a second.
It's a very gentle looking big boot.
Mm-hmm.
A little toe push.
Oh, Hogan's known for being very gentle.
What?
That's it. For the wild match.
We were wrong, Bailey. We were wrong, damn it.
What do you say? That's a pretty fun match, you know?
That was a very good match.
It was wild, man.
Sherry's dead.
Jerry in there, dead. Sting, dead on the outside. Got masked men running in. Mr. T handcuffed. Ric Flair retired. Ric Flair's career over.
Look, he's dragging Sherry. Sherry doesn't know where the hell she is right now.
There's a threesome there.
Oh, you didn't have to touch me, Hulk.
Hogan
You're all
was
fucking
like,
sweaty.
let me get away from these two.
Yeah.
The Hogan we know.
Oh, that mask is terrifying.
Yeah, they just brought in Hogan in July of '94, and they had him run through Flair. And then in the spring of '95, they bring in Macho Man. And then they got Flair returns in the spring of '95. So then they've got Hogan, they've got Savage, it's Sting, Macho Man. I said already, Vader. They've got a main event scene going, and then they start the Dungeon of Doom going, which is just a series of monsters going after Hogan. It's like a dozen fucking monsters going after Hulk Hogan.
I thought that was a good Halloween Havoc.
Oh yes, we'll be watching that. We'll be watching that. Yes.
What?
The Dungeon of Doom taking on Hulk Hogan at Halloween Havoc.
All right.
95?
95, 96.
Do you know what's the next Halloween Havoc yet, or?
I have not picked.
Okay.
I'm not picked, or when we're gonna do it. But we're gonna, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I know I did.
I did.
We're gonna do it again for sure. We're gonna do another Halloween. Oh, here comes the Masked Man. Here comes the Masked Man. It's not over.
What's he waiting for?
He's waiting for the drama of it all, Rob. Kay. Oh, I forgot this happened. Okay. Is he going fucking?
Does he not know what Arn Anderson looks like?
Nope.
Ah,
Brother Brudi, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
It's Brother Brudi.
Yeah.
It's not what you think. I'm just trying to knock you the fuck out, but it's not what you think.
yeah.
So this is Kevin Sullivan started the There he goes. Kevin Sullivan starts the Dungeon of Doom. And Brother Brudi is the first one. He becomes known as the Butcher. And there's the Shark. Oh, this is when it begins. The Dungeon of
Oh,
Doom.
what is that Big Mac with cheese coming in for?
Yeah. The Shark, formerly known as Earthquake in WWF. That's my boy. He was a
Yeah.
sumo wrestler in Japan.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
All those fans that already cleared the stands are going to be disappointed they missed out on this.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Hulk Hogan's going on a 4-month lead as well. After that fucking slam.
No, they do at Starrcade. The main event is Hogan versus Brother Brudi, the Butcher, in the main event of Starrcade '94. And obviously Hogan keeps the world title.
Oh, that.
Got him. Nope.
Oh, here comes Stingy.
Bam.
Here comes the Stinger. Wah!
Sting comes out, saves Hulk Hogan's ass.
Yeah, after he's been body slammed and sat on.
Yeah. Well, Sting was already had his clothes half off. He was ready to party. But yeah, so folks, so we are going to do another Halloween Havoc. I'm not sure when, sometime soon. I'm not sure what Halloween Havoc it will be, but look for an announcement soon on Twitter, on our Twitter, No Bones Wrestling.
Also on our podcast, No Bones About Wrestling.
On our podcast, No Bones About Wrestling, we'll advertise it. Dylan on Last Week in Wrestling, I'm sure will be nice enough to let us advertise again.
Always, always.
And we won't go just yet because Stinger's still helping Hogan. But yeah, thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed it. And,
What's your bone rating for this?
my bone
show?
rating
Yeah.
for the show. I should have done it by the match. I didn't even think about it.
We'll do that next
Can
time.
you believe? Can you believe it? My bone rating for this show. I give it 3.5 bones out of 5. Mostly enjoyable. Couple bad matches. Kevin Sullivan versus Dave Sullivan sucked. The tag title match wasn't very good. It was pretty boring. Otherwise, it was a pretty fun show, I think. And the main event was fun as fuck. It was wild.
Yeah.
The best match? What do you think? Main event. Either the main event or Dustin versus Arn was good, or the Nasty Boys tag
The one with
match
the
was
Nasty
good.
Boys tag.
That was a good
Dustin match was probably my favorite.
match. The which one?
Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, that was a good match.
I think that was my favorite one.
Outfit of the night goes to Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny be bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Johnny B. Bad was good.
Costume rating for the show, 1 bone.
Yeah, the
1
costumes.
costume. What's up with that?
Yeah, the overall Halloween presentation, I was a little let down. Now they have some Halloween graphics, and we did see Jerry Sag's fat ass sit on a jack-o'-lantern, so that was cool. But there are others with more Halloween put into it, and so we're gonna watch some of those as we go through this Halloween season.
Yeah, I would give the Halloween feel like 2.5 bones.
Yeah,
Just because of the entrance and we got Johnny B. Bad's outfit and,
Yeah.
and the pumpkin.
yeah.
Look at Bobby the Brain. He's disheveled.
Devastated.
Soul is crushed. If he could, he'd take that neck brace off and fight.
So Dylan, what do you have to say about Halloween Havoc '94?
I thought the whole entire show was great. I think you guys did a great job, honestly.
Well, you were one of us. You're patting yourself on the back there.
No, I'm a guest. That's all I am. I am a guest. But no, you guys did a great job. I'm very happy to be a part of this. I hope I get to come back on another time. But all in all, I think I give it a 4. Honestly, it's like my first Halloween Havoc to watch. I would give this one a 4. I think this is definitely one I would want to go back to again, unless the other ones are better, which I'm assuming they are. So, especially the Macho Man one looks really good, and I see this one here with Lex Luger and Randy Savage. That one looks very good. The heavyweight title match.
Well, first we gotta figure out how many we're gonna do, and then I'll figure out which ones we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just excited to be a part of it. But no, I mean, I would say overall the show is a 4. The worst match of the night had to be the Sullivan brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down.
Yeah.
I almost would give that tag team match another 5 minutes if I didn't have to watch the Sullivan brothers fight each other.
Yeah.
Honestly. Stone Cold match was really great to see Stunning Steve.
Mm-hmm.
My match of the night, Dustin Rhodes, Arn Anderson was really good. Great technical wrestling. I really liked that one. Most entertaining, though, had to be Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair.
Yeah, I gotta give the Hogan and Flair. Yeah,
they were great. But yeah, like to Kay's point, sad that it was only one good costume by Johnny B. Bad. You know, the only one that took this gimmick seriously and everything. So, I mean, this was fun. This was a lot of fun. I'm very happy to be a part of this.
In one Halloween Havoc, there's a 5-on-5 match that isn't over until you put a member of the opposing team in an electric chair and pull the switch.
Yes. Let's watch that one next.
So that one's not. That's the only good part. One of the only good parts of that one, though, unfortunately. But if we'll figure out some way to watch that.
Okay, I'm down. But yeah, no. Again, thank you guys for having me. I know we'll be seeing each other shortly for Collision.
We will.
Yeah, we don't go nowhere because we're gonna be right back here again.
Yeah.
But no, again, this was a lot of fun. But no, 4 out of 5 for me, for sure.
Very cool.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Last Week in Wrestling at 8 o'clock or 7:45.
Literally in 20 minutes.
7:45.
Yeah.
We're going on.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing what are they called? AEW Collision.
Yep.
Watch along. So
So
definitely
go to the
tune
bathroom,
in.
grab some food, get a drink.
Yep.
And then-
Yeah. Go to the bathroom.
Meet us over there.
Exactly. Get some food, grab a drink because we got a lot more wrestling to watch. So,
But thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a great time. We had a great time hosting you, and happy early Halloween. Look for wherever you found out about this one. Look for news about the others because there will be more.
Yeah.
Bye.
awesome.